If you're injured, time to hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law, Morgan & Morgan for the people. It's partly cloudy and 75 in Pittsburgh, everybody. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast are next.
Sunday mornings at 6 a.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, it's Tech Vibe Radio. Join hosts Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting from the Pittsburgh Technology Council's Huntington Bank Studios as they bring you a front row seat to Pittsburgh's tech sector.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Celebrate America with a clean home and a sizzling Get Marty July special from my friends at Coit. Save 35% off all Coit cleaning services, carpets, rugs, drapes, much more. Folks have trusted this wonderful company, Coit Cleaning, for more than 50 years. No one has been in Pittsburgh and more Pittsburgh homes than Coit. Appointments to save 35% off at all Coit services are limited, folks. Call 1-800-FOR-COIT, 1-800-FOR-COIT. It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser, my friend Ellen Gamble. What's up out there, sister?
All right, thank you so much, sir. And Marty, we do have heavy traffic for folks traveling between Overbrook and Castle Shannon in the South Hills. A construction zone has been set up. This is along Route 88, Library Road. You'll find heavy traffic in both directions between McNeely Road and the intersection with Hamilton Road, so watch for that. And we have maintenance crews setting up shop, doing some bridge inspection on 65 Ohio River Boulevard today. That'll close the ramp from southbound 65 to Beaver Avenue. A busy ramp, of course. Watch for the posted detour and delays around it. Also, crews will be working on the ramp from northbound 65 to Chateau Street. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today will be warm and humid with clouds and some sun, along with a stray afternoon thunderstorm, high 85. Mostly cloudy and muggy tonight with a thunderstorm in the area, mainly early, low 66. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Marty Griffin. Money, money, and more money. The big 3 stories. I'm serious. Legit. I'm not surprised by this, but I'm kind of blown away by it. So, numbers game. For those who think Kamala Harris doesn't have a shot. Whoo! Money talks, BS walks. So here we go with some money that's talking. From the Washington Post. In a 24-hour period, 1.1 million donors, which is insane in its own right, and historic in its own right in 24 hours. I am not campaigning for Kamala Harris, just kind of astounded by this. She raised directly $100 million, and then this PAC called Future Forward raised $150 million. Folks, $250 million in a little over 24 hours. My wife, Christine, is sitting here. Honey, it's never happened, ever happened in the history of politics, that much money in that short of time.
Well, it just shows, I think, the momentum that has dramatically changed for the Democrats, where people were really nervous about Biden and his chances and, you know, his electability, but also his ability to serve for 4 years. And all of a sudden, with this change, a lot of people are excited about the race, both big donors and small.
Okay, along the lines of what she just said, it's spot on. So this guy, Ning Tang, he's a major donor, big-time executive at Google, said exactly what my wife just said. Quote, a lot of people, including myself, we were paralyzed in the last few weeks. A lot of us were not giving money to anything. Now we are seeing the floodgates have opened. I want to play a couple of sound clips from Kamala Harris from the last 24 hours. Let's just go and listen, and then we'll talk about the money. All right, so think about this. $250 million. $250 million in a little over 24 hours. That's kind of daunting. Listen. All right. So she has no problem getting down in the mud, as you can tell. All right, let's keep going. We've got two more. Listen. Just so you know, I'm not campaigning for Kamala Harris. That's enough. I am not campaigning for Kamala Harris. I wanted to give you a taste of why I think this money's coming in. My wife nailed it. the big shot from Google, nailed it. They're all on the sidelines. And now it proves the theory of why Biden's out. Money, honey. Money talks. BS walks. So someone was making calls all weekend saying, you need to get that brother out of this race because we got $250 million sitting here ready to go. You have one more? One more Kamala Harris bite. All right, so we're going to take a break. And I call my good friend Salena Zito. She's one of the best reporters in America and has a real good pulse on this sort of thing. And then I ask you as we open up the phone lines, what does $250 million in a little over 24 hours say about Kamala Harris's chances? What does $250 million say? Does money talk? 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Group of Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Helen Gamble, what's up out there?
Well, you know what? We have the, Marty, the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras very busy out over the Parkway East inbound 376. If you're traveling between the Monroeville area trying to make your way past the Churchill off-ramp and Wilkinsburg heading for the Squirrel Hill tunnels, you need to leave some extra time. We have a live look right now as state police are on scene dealing with an accident. It's in the construction zone where they have the bridge deck work happening on 22 as you are coming, rather on 376 as you're coming from 22 and heading inbound toward town. So traffic is backing you very heavily in that area. This is near mile marker 82.4. You have traffic backing a couple of mile markers there on 376 as you're heading westbound. Once you get past all of that, and again, everybody's getting by in a single lane, you are in traffic at Wilkinsburg as you head for those Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Your heart care matters. Trust the experts at UPMC and get your heart screened.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Boss TV and Appliance. I know how good they are. They've been in my house. We have several other appliances. They've been to Larry's house. He loves them. Look, if you're looking for a new appliance, a new television, why pick Boss? It's the only place you'll ever need. They're small enough to treat you like family and big enough to offer an array of quality TVs and appliance. Boss TV and Appliance, big brands, reliable delivery and service, and the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Trust Boss. 412-650-BOSS, 412-650-BOSS.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our state, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
I'm with Rocco Florio of Air Pro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
A house is 80 years old, maybe 90. Has a couple bathrooms. We had a plumber in there fixing one of the bathrooms. He said the fixtures were 30 years old. It's old. It needs updated. We got the Bath Authority coming out. Look, here's why I love them. It's modern. Everything they make is durable. Everything they make is custom. Everything they make is low maintenance. Walk-in tubs, great. Replacement showers, great. Tub-to-shower conversions, great. This is the best chance for you to get a new bath, the Bath Authority. 412-249-1140. 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off a new shower or bath and 36 months of interest-free financing. Bath Authority, 412-249-1140.
Jumpin' July savings at Coons Market.
Fresh chicken leg quarters, $1.29 per pound. Sweet Northwest cherries, $2.49 per pound. Selected varieties of essential everyday potato chips, 8 to 9 ounce bags, $1.88 each. Come see us at Coons.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. Ellen Gustafson, Executive Director of the coalition We the Veterans, shares why military vets offer a unique perspective to those shouting heated political rhetoric.
From our community's perspective, especially veterans who have served overseas and especially veterans who have served in conflicts where normal elections were not a possibility, people did take out their political differences through their guns and violence. No, that's not what we want in this country. We have fought to defend ourselves from that. And so, I think this group, this community really has a special place and a special voice in reminding Americans of that.
Jon Stewart here. Unbelievably exciting news. My new podcast, The Weekly Show. We're going to be talking about the election, economics, ingredient to bread ratio on sandwiches. Listen to The Weekly Show with Jon Stewart wherever you get your podcasts.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I saw that number this morning in a lot of the national publications, $250 million is kind of blown away. And I threw a lifeline out to a bunch of politicians that I know that have national influence and local roots, and they're blown away. $250 million is a big old bag, as they like to say in the bigs, athletes. It's a big, big bag. Makes a statement, or does it? I had to grab, and Christine's sitting here, my wife, and I had to grab Salena Zito, who's one of my favorite people and a fantastic reporter and knows the pulse better than anyone I've ever known. Good morning, sister. How are you?
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
$250. That's a big bag of cash, sister.
So it is a big bag of cash.
Big.
But I also think we need to put this in a little bit of perspective. And here's why that's important.
Please.
First of all, in the past 4 weeks, very little money has been flowing through to the Democratic Party ever since the debate, and ever since sort of the question about whether or not Biden would continue running for president. People were holding their powder, right? So there would have been money consistently coming in for the past 4 weeks that had not.
Yep.
So they're holding on to their money. So if and also there is a bit of a sugar high right now.
Nice.
The Democrats are elated that they do not have to run on Biden's challenges, and there is also relief, and there is a release valve that went off that in reaction to this, they poured their money. Look, the Democrats have always have had a cash advantage over Republicans. It doesn't matter if it's running for state house, Congress, U.S. Senate, or president. They just have more people wealthy people among our cultural curators, meaning people in Hollywood.
And hold on, I get all this, and I agree with everything you're saying, and my wife's nodding her head, so does she. However, all they had to do was say, she ain't our gal. They could have backed off further and said, this ain't the right play, and that would not have validated Kamala Harris at all. So this, whether what you're saying is true or not, it does puff up Kamala Harris. It validates her, does it not?
See, I'm a little bit conflicted with that, and here's why. I think it's just a release on it was anyone but Biden. I don't think this is.
And Salena, that's what I was thinking too. Like, would this money have come had it been almost any candidate other than Biden? That's kind of what my thought was.
This is all kind of a guess, so we don't know. But you're right. Both of you are right.
But I do think people were ready to say, I'm not going to support Biden because I don't think my money's going to be valuable there.
Right.
And then as soon as he dropped out and a new person, which became Harris, was named, I think they were just ready to say, okay, now I'm going to support whoever's on the Democratic ticket.
Right. If this was going to be an open process as opposed to just automatically going to her, you saw Hollywood, you saw Washington, everyone supporting her. If this was going to be an open process, likely you would have seen that $250 million spread out between, the top 5 candidates and going behind them. So I think this money was always present. I don't necessarily believe that this is, because it was just her. I think this was a relief. I think most Democrats would agree with me on that. And I think Democrats, after watching that convention last week with the Republicans, they understood they had to show unity, whether they agreed this was the right candidate or not. They needed to show unity, and this is their best way of doing that with money.
And Salena, I'm seeing that some of the big donors in the Democratic Party who opposed Biden running but were not really thrilled about Harris leading the ticket were kind of holding back until it was obvious that it was going to go to her, and that's when it really even more started coming in. Is that what you're seeing too?
Yeah, absolutely. You saw high-level members of Congress. You saw, people like Josh Shapiro, governors across the state. You saw corporate heads. You saw the whole sort of tribe of the most influential, and then the most moneyed, all coalesce around her. And again, I think that is a large in reaction to how unified the Republican Party is, which, by the way, nobody predicted that the Republican Party was going to be.
It's actually a great point. Salena, I want to throw one thing out before I let you go. It's actually interesting. So, Washington Post, this amount of money is historic by any measure. However, look at it another way. 1.1 million contributors in 41 hours, okay, is only 1.4% of the 81.3 million people who voted for Biden in the general election in 2020. So there you have it, Salena.
Yeah.
Right?
That is important because people are not interviewing. I mean, I have.
Yeah.
But you're not interviewing Democrats around the small counties in this state are going to make this election.
You said that from the start. You said that from the start.
Yeah, they're Blair County, Cambria County, Beaver County, Butler County. Those small, 500 more votes in each of those counties, and we have a different election than when we had in 2020. And these are the voters. By the way, they'll be called racist if they don't vote for Kamala Harris. But I will tell you, they voted for Barack Obama.
Yep.
So that's a bit of a BS line to throw at these voters.
Salena, love you.
Love you too.
Hey, let me put this in that big brain of yours. My man Ron Layton is on the list of the possible replacements for the director who was fired yesterday from the Secret Service.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Talk to you later. Love her. Love that woman. Hey, guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K., the man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. the best dinner I've had in a year, Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot and Hofstadt's. JK delivers. Great stuff.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And when you join My Lowe's Rewards for free, the savings just keep coming. Save money with member-only offers, plus earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards, just for you. Because Lowe's knows you earned it. Literally. Learn more about our loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards and become a member for free today. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 78 degrees and partly cloudy at Pittsburgh International at 10:30. I'm Susie Cole. Some startling claims of a security breach have come forward from a resident who lives adjacent to the Butler Farm Show site where former President Donald Trump was shot at a rally earlier this month. Amanda Gibson told Larry Richard on the Big K Morning Show that just one day before the rally was to take place, her family had free access to the entire site.
So there was nobody there. You free access the day before.
Yes, as I said, I share a fence. It actually has a gate. So less than 24 hours before the event, we had access to the entire area, and it was very quiet. I mean, it was completely clear as to where this was going to take place.
Gibson told Larry that security officials didn't even lock the fence until 7 or 8 the night before the rally. Pennsylvania's 159 Democratic delegates endorsed Kamala Harris for president. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
CBS News estimates Harris has received the endorsement of a majority of Democratic delegates, setting her up to be the party's nominee for president. Up next for the Democrats is the party's convention in Chicago in August. A space along East Carson Street in Pittsburgh will soon transform into one of Harris's campaign offices. State Representative Dan Frankel tells KDKA-TV, quote, "Everybody I talk to is energized, and it puts new life into the party. And we're all anxious to see what will happen to our vice presidential pick," end quote. Frankel will soon head to Chicago for the Democratic National Convention, and state's delegates already reached a consensus. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
And the Steelers report to training camp today. This summer, the Steelers' first open practice is scheduled for tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. and the first of 16 open to the public this summer. All open practices are free. However, anyone attending needs a mobile ticket. The Steelers have 3 preseason games, August 9th against the Texans, August 17th against the Bills, and they wrap up preseason play on August 24th against the Lions. And on to Wall Street, where the Dow is down 349 points at 40,008. The Nasdaq is down 360 and the S&P is down 77. KDKA Radio News Time 10:32. Our next update at 11. I'm Susie Cole on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
This summer, take a trip down memory lane with me and hear from the legends of baseball. I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. Every week I have a conversation with one of baseball's greats to talk about the glory days and reflect on today's game. Randy Johnson, Pete Rose, Deion Sanders, Jay Buhner, Albert Bell, and Goose Gossage, they've all shared their wisdom with stories of their playing days. To hear who's next, follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
So we are, by definition, a Bowser family. Let me explain. We have four Bowser cars, and there's discussion of 5. Let me think. We have 2 Subarus. We have a Buick. My wife drives, and I have a Genesis. My brother Larry drives a Genesis. Probably the coolest car I've driven in 20 years. Seriously amazing. So we had a fender bender. One of my teenage daughters had a fender bender. And the part wasn't available to fix it. This is a true story. The Bowsers sent a guy out of state to get the part and bring it back to Pittsburgh to fix the car. I'm telling you, beyond the expertise when you buy the car, behind this whole idea of it's a great car company, it's a great family that really takes care of people, that really makes sure that you're the number one priority. I've seen it. Come on, we have a fleet of them, and every single time they do a hell of a job. Bowser, the best.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Granger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $15,000 bathroom remodel with an additional $1,500 off plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble. Good morning. What's happening out there?
Oh, good morning, Marty. It's not a good morning if you're trying to travel inbound on the Parkway East 376 from the Monroeville area. When you use the ramps from 22 and Haymaker Road to get onto the westbound or inbound Parkway East, you're immediately in backed up traffic. That's because we have the remnants of an accident blocking a lane in the construction zone that is where the bridge over McCully Road and Thompson Run is being redone. So state police are on the scene there and still a vehicle on the scene. Everybody's getting by in the right lane, but doing so very slowly. You will need to leave extra time as you travel there. Once you get past it, you're only in slow traffic approaching the mouth of the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Heading inbound on the Parkway West for the Fort Pitt tunnels, you're still backing at the top of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be warm and humid this afternoon with clouds and some sun along with a thunderstorm in some areas, the high 85. Mostly cloudy, warm and humid tonight with a thunderstorm around, mainly early, though 66. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for On the Money with Secure Money Advisors. Brian Caranta has tips that will make sure your retirement and income plan is ready to help provide you with a comfortable, secure retirement.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, it's a Wednesday. Yep, we're zooming into the weekend soon, aren't we? I got a million things to talk about. President Talks tonight at 8 o'clock. Colin Dunlap with you. 2 to 6 every day right here, KDK.
$250 million in a little over a day. Historic donations to Kamala Harris. I'm curious for folks listening, especially women, does this make a difference? I spoke to Lynn Hayes Freeland. I would have her on the air, but she's sick. She's through the roof. And I heard T. I had T on. And actually, to make a significant point, it's got people jazzed once again. And I think it's fantastic to have people jazzed. In fact, I heard T say it, and then I heard then I heard Lynn Hayes texted me this morning, 44,000 women on a Zoom call, all jazzed about this. Many of them in a black sorority, which Lynn's in her sorority as well. It's actually kind of cool.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's historic to have a black woman running for president as what's likely going to be the Democratic nominee. I mean, that's huge, whether she wins or not. But certainly exciting. And I think, yes, as a woman myself, I think it is very exciting to have a woman on the ticket. I think we're one of the last, major countries not to have a female president.
Makes sense.
But I think I've also noticed younger people being excited.
Hold
because
on. That brings in my girl here, Samantha. She made before we play this audio, I wanted to drag her into this because I think it's important because it transitions from what you just said, honey. You said something this morning about Kamala Harris that was kind of an epiphany for me regarding exactly what my wife said regarding your age group and the LGBTQ community. Jump in here, please, Samantha.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like my age group, which is I'm 25,
Right.
so my age group, younger, none of us were coming out to the polls for Joe Biden.
Hold on. So we're clear about this. You would not have voted.
No, I would have.
Oh.
But I mean, like a lot of people, I feel like people my age.
Would not have.
Yeah, because of how involved I am with it.
But what you're saying is, but other people your age that would have just blown off the vote altogether.
Yeah, people before, people were making fun of Joe Biden, making, this is where we're at kind of thing. And now that Kamala is the presumptive nominee, people are, have hope about politics again, at least in my age group, especially within, It's also, there's a lot of jokes online. It's just become very popular, especially among the queer community as well.
Hold on, jump in here about that. So you're saying folks in the LGBTQ plus community will now vote more? More of them will come out and vote?
I think so. I think they'll be more inspired to vote now that Kamala's on the ticket.
And I heard Tamara say this, and then I heard Lynn Hayes text me this morning. They believe there will be more turnout in the African-American community. I never believed, ever, that blacks would vote for Trump. I just don't believe it. 95, 96% historically African-Americans for Democratic candidates. But the belief is that this will jazz up turnout.
Well, and if we think back to just, before the debate even, people weren't happy that we had two presidents who were so old. They were just saying, look, we need new blood. We need new ideas. We need younger people in general. So the fact that we have a woman who's in her late 50s, that's young in politics, and she's got a long way to go, and it obviously represents a whole new generation.
And then there are the teens, our kids. So they went nuts on me last night about this crap on the TikTok, and that's why I think TikTok generally is, but that's why I'm so out of touch. And then my daughter, Sophia, who's 19, sent me a ton of videos and clips, and I wanted Samantha's going to have to translate all this for me because I'm an idiot.
I feel so silly
and I'm an old fart, but it's just legit. Play this, please.
Okay.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? The window's cracked. Big Sister General. You exist in the context of all in which you live.
It's blown up, as they say on TikTok, gone viral. There's 10 of these at least, 100 of them. All right, so it's actually ironic how politics goes. The old guys like Trump, like myself, Trump makes fun of her laugh. He calls her Laughing Kamala. But translate all this for me, Sam. First of all, what were we hearing there?
That was a TikTok. That was a mashup. Somebody made like a fan edit, as the kids might call it,
right,
of Kamala Harris. A bunch of the coconut tree clip is one that is used a lot just because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Of that and a Charlie XCX song that just came out, 365.
Hold on. Who is that? Charlie XCS?
Charlie XCX is she's been around for a while, actually. She was like really big in 2014.
Yeah, I knew that, sure.
You asked me to translate.
Help me out. Go, girl.
So she started coming out like 2014. So she's been around a while, but she just came out with a new album called Brat. It's blown up. It's very popular. It's a great album. I like it.
Called Brat.
Brat.
And thus the reference in a lot of these TikToks to Kamala Harris, the brat.
No. Kamala is Brat.
Kamala is Brat.
Oh, it's an adjective.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
thank you for translating.
It's an adjective.
So she's cool.
She's cool, yeah. And I think the news, I forget what station they were kind of defining what a brat is. It's just someone who's messy. It's all like it's just like a fun, and it's just like a meme, because it's just people love this album and they love Charlie, and then Charlie XCX, who again, big superstar. Mind you, she's from the UK. She's not American, which I think is funny.
That's funny.
She tweeted and said Kamala is Brat, and I think Kamala's HQ retweeted it. And so like. It's not just like she's getting involved in it as well. So people are calling this, the bratification of Kamala Harris.
So my daughter, Sophia, who's actually engaged and has a voice in politics.
Yeah, she's interested in politics.
She was sending me all this crap last night and said she believes, what is this? Gen Z? What the hell is this?
Yeah, I would say this is Gen Z.
Says they will win the election for Kamala.
No, if Kamala wins, I do think it's these. They're going to have a huge impact.
I just don't believe that. Generally, they don't vote. Generally, they don't turn out. I just don't believe it.
I mean...
Tell me why they will. Help me.
Because I think people are aware of it. And now it's like, oh, it's become relevant. We're seeing it online, and we know who Kamala Harris is. We know it's,
Christine, again, I'm an idiot about this stuff, and I don't pay any attention to TikTok, and I probably should have to. If I do, it'll be because Patrick tells me to, and he knows this stuff so well. Quite frankly, he's the guru. However, did you know about this stuff?
Oh, no. I'm not,
didn't? Okay.
I'm not on TikTok either. I saw it in the New York Times referencing it, and all the late night jokes are
so now it's getting a media buzz, mainstream.
Yes. But I appreciate Samantha's translation, because I really didn't understand
What's hysterical about it,
until
and
she explained it.
We were laughing about this morning, because then they get all the old farts like me translating this, like CNN's talking to someone.
It's hilarious.
But
what the hell is this? What's this about?
Yeah, that whole thing is like the main meme, but there are other like side memes for different communities and different, But the Charlie XCX one is the one that I've seen the most, especially because she herself engaged with it.
Well, and the coconut tree expression, I understand, was in a speech she was giving, and she was talking about how her mom used to say this kind of old-fashioned expression when she would get frustrated with them, something about like, did you just act like you fell out of a coconut tree, like, you bonked your head or whatever.
And by the way, the same thing that Trump makes fun of her for, these kids are lifting her up for. They're laughing.
Yeah. Well, and I heard a joke about that too on some of the late nights about how, wow, God forbid we have someone who's happy.
Yeah, or her dancing too.
Their characterization is she's an idiot.
Right.
All right, let's take a break. I'm not saying she's an idiot. From the PJ Fitzpatrick. Wow, fascinating. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. What's up, Ellen Gamble?
All right, Marty, we're trying to get some better news on the Parkway East right now, but it's a little slow in coming here. We do see a wrecker looking out live out over the Parkway East with the PennDOT cameras. There is a tow truck on the scene, a flatbed, getting one of the final vehicles out of the way from this earlier accident that happened in the construction zone, right where they're remaking the bridge over Macaulay Road and Thompson Run. Of course, there's a lane pinch there anyway and a lane shift. Now everybody's down to a single lane, and traffic is backing you to the ramps from Monroeville's Business 22 and Haymaker Road. You need to leave extra time if you're traveling there, folks. Outbound or eastbound side of the road, not affected at all if you're heading toward Monroeville from downtown, but do consider yourselves warned there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
One person dies from heart disease every 33 seconds. Do everything you can not to be the one. Understanding your risk factors, like your cholesterol, blood pressure, and BMI, could save your life. Our experts at the nationally recognized UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute are here to help you get your heart health on track. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to schedule an appointment.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go.
so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partnered with Beacon. With their unique Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through September 15th, purchase GAF through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Go to BECN.com or download the Beacon Pro Plus app today. Beacon, always building.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
You know what I love? Punchki, baby. It's Punchki season. Oakmont Bakery, how you doing? Ball of fried dough, glazed, overstuffed, rich cream, whole fruit filling. Delicious. Vanilla, peanut butter, custard, cookies and cream, coconut cream, maple bacon, blueberry, peach, you name it, it's delicious. Starts July 26, Oakmont Bakery. Bringing it. Love it.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Pirates Baseball, today on the station that invented baseball on the radio.
Hayes dives, has it from his knees to second one. Relay, 2, double play. Just hard to left field, going back is passe. It's a cruise missile. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
The Bucks face the Cards at 11:40 with the North Shore Tavern Leadoff Show presented by Pella Windows on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, it's Marty. I say things are spot on. This is spot on. We got an old bath, an old shower. You know what we need? The Bath Authority. Check this out. Modern, durable tubs and showers. Exclusive, high-tech liner. Folks, low maintenance, low cost, lifetime warranty. 412-249-1140. The Bath Authority. I'm calling them today. 36 months of interest-free financing. Wow. Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, MediConnect is an amazing, amazing company. They've helped so many of my friends. It's the beauty of it. They got 70 plans they can help you with. They can come to your home. They can come to your office. They answer any Medicare questions, benefits, plans, fees, you name it. And none of it is on you. MediConnect, Medicare made simple. 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334.
Why are prices spiking in Pennsylvania? It's simple. It's inflation. And Senator Bob Casey's reckless spending caused the problem to grow. Casey joined Washington liberals in voting for trillions in reckless spending. All of Senator Casey's spending caused inflation to get out of control until disaster. Everything is too expensive, from gas to groceries. And Senator Casey helped create this mess. Worse, Casey voted to allow COVID relief checks for illegal immigrants and convicted criminals, even murderers. Senator Casey voted to allow more money for illegals, leaving less for us. Call Senator Casey at 202-224-6324. Tell him to put Pennsylvania families first and fix his inflation disaster. Support S575, the Fight Inflation Through Balanced Budgets Act. Paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Lee from Ohio asks, my father passed away and left a traditional IRA to me and my 2 siblings. He had not taken the required minimum distribution. As his heirs, are we responsible for that RMD? All right, Lee, I went straight to the source, as in the IRS. And according to the IRS, for the year of the account owner's death, the RMD is due. It is the amount that the account owner would have been required to withdraw, if any, but did not withdraw.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Come join our growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? So the window's cracked. Big Sister General. You exist in the context. All in which you live.
That's the stuff that Republicans are using to try to characterize her as an idiot. Conversely, that's the stuff that our kids and Gen Z kids and Samantha and her friends buy into as something that they bond with regarding this candidate, Kamala Harris. It's actually fascinating.
It really is, because I think you can always see a lot of things in two different ways, right? It's how you want to spin it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can spin it that she's goofy, she laughs at inappropriate times, or you could spin it that she's real, she's upbeat, she's positive.
No, it's true.
You know, she's authentic. So.
And then, honey, you're a trained dancer. You've seen it your whole life. So then we just see a video Patrick showed us that's out there going viral, as I'd like to say, with comparing the two of them dancing, showing Trump dancing like I would, like an idiot, like a robot, right? Like he's having a seizure, like I would dance. And then her, all
goofy.
groovy and hip, dancing the Taylor Swift stuff.
Right.
That's what they make light of her for, her idiotic dance steps, as they put it.
Right. But there will be equally as many memes, I'm sure, showing the opposite of her portraying her dancing like an idiot and Trump acting, you know, like Mr. Cool. He's the suave guy who's, you know, who's smart and intelligent and with it. So, you know, there will be all.
A lot of gamesmanship. My friend Jim, who's really good at this stuff, has been in politics his whole life. At the end of the day, brother, a couple questions. Does $250 million make a difference? And do these videos on TikTok make a difference? Two questions.
Here's the thing. We have a tie football game right now, and what you're seeing is them doing the wave from the Democrat side of the field.
Nice.
You know,
the way you put that.
They've done nothing. The danger here to the Democrats are the moderate Democrats who are undecided and the independents who've left the party.
Yeah.
They've done nothing to move the needle.
Yeah.
Now, all this TikTok stuff, and my kids do all that, and it's all fun and stuff.
Yeah.
But somebody in Iran, Russia, North Korea, somebody's going to step to the front and cause something serious, and then the whole game's going to change again, and being serious is what's going to count here.
Wow, that makes sense.
And how either side.
So hold on, my man, and I couldn't wait to ask you this. And he's such an insider, so I love him. So we think the Democrats are better off with her than they would have been with Biden in his condition. Is that fair?
It's fair to a point. But see, what people don't realize is there's a quotient to an incumbent. Contracts. Millions of government employees who don't care who the president is, they just know things stay the same and their job stays the same no matter who their bosses are. Now they're all rattled.
Nice.
You know, is my department going to change?
Nice.
Or my boss is going to lay people off? So now you got that whole quotient in a tizzy. It's the same thing why you've had incumbent mayors for 75 years in Pittsburgh other than...
I get what you're saying. It changes the norm. My brother, you're the best. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
That's going to make for a hell of an interesting time in American history.
It's so fascinating right now, for sure.
And whether you like her or not, it's actually fascinating to see a black female running for president in America with a shot at the title. All the polls have her kind of sort of even or ahead a little bit. Polls don't matter. I get it. It's early on. But that $250 million made a statement, did it not?
Oh, it's a huge endorsement, for sure.
Huh. Christine Sorensen, Griffin. Love you, hon.
Love you.
Talk to you again.
Mm-hmm.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
So, I was at Diamonds Direct on Saturday. I have never been in a business that cares more about people. The way they approach you. So these couples are in there, and they're looking at engagement rings. One of them has a little glass of wine. One of them has a little glass of champagne, and they treat you like family. One-on-one. In the pricing, I have never, ever been in a situation where I've seen greater value in something that means so much to people. In the convenience, the store, by the way, is gorgeous. Right there on McKnight Road, right at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall. Right at the entrance to the Ross Park Mall. Diamonds Direct. Personalized care. Amazing pricing. Convenient location. The best business I've ever been around in my life that deals with something so important. Diamonds. Diamonds Direct.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington, Wexford, and Uniontown. Visit ShorkeyKia.com today. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 79 degrees and mostly cloudy at Pittsburgh International at 11 o'clock. I'm Susie Cole. Some startling revelations from a Butler woman whose property is adjacent to the Butler Farm Show site where the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump took place have come forward. Amanda Gibson told the Big K Morning Show that her daughters had free access to the site less than 24 hours before the shooting took place.
My girls were able to have access without any security supervision that I was aware of. They checked out the stage. They actually walked on the stage. They were able to climb the bleachers and look behind the several large white tents that were a part of the speech and rally itself.
In the aftermath of the tragedy, she says no local or state leaders have visited her neighborhood since the tragedy occurred, and she has been pleading with police to provide her neighborhood with some type of trauma response. And one of the men that was shot during the assassination attempt remains in critical but stable condition at Allegheny General Hospital. 74-year-old James Copenhaver Moon says he is grateful for the first responders and medical workers as he continues to recover. 20-year-old Thomas Crooks also shot and killed 50-year-old Corey Comparator and wounded 57-year-old David Dutch of Plum. The Bakery Square expansion hits a snag. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has more.
The Pittsburgh Planning Commission put the brakes on a proposed $500 million expansion of Bakery Square after disagreements over building step-backs, limits on surface parking, and architectural treatments for parking garages. The Post-Gazette reports commission members delayed a vote on whether to approve the 14-acre expansion until September. The postponement came over the objections of Walnut Capital, which argued that many of the issues could be ironed out without the need for any further delay in a project that has been on the drawing board for more than 2 years. The Bakery Square expansion includes the creation of 3 new sub-districts featuring a mix of commercial, retail, and residential uses along Penn Avenue and East Liberty Boulevard. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
And Beaver police are investigating a triple stabbing overnight. Dispatchers say the stabbings occurred along Midland Beaver Road in Industry Borough shortly after 12:30 this morning. 3 people are hospitalized. There's no word on an arrest or the condition of the victims. And on to Wall Street, where the Dow is down 321 points at 40,036. The NASDAQ down 412 and the S&P down 83. And on to KDKA Sports, the Steelers are reporting to St. Vincent College today for training camp, and the first open practice is tomorrow for the public. If you want to go, it's free. You just have to get a ticket online. Despite Paul Skeens going 8 1/3 innings and striking out 8 last night, the Pittsburgh Pirates suffered a 2-1 loss to the St. Louis Cardinals at PNC Park. They're wrapping up that homestand against the Cardinals here today, and they look to take the series. Martin Perez will get the start, and first pitch is set for 12:35. You can catch that call right here on News Radio KDKA. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 11:03. It's mostly cloudy and 79 in Pittsburgh, everybody. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast are next.
Hey there, Weekend Warriors. Paul Alexander here. Sick of that slice? Tired of those 3 putts? What if I told you your handicap isn't about your swing? It's about your weight. Why not take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180? We're talking 10 strokes off by August, getting your tour card by September, winning your first major year one. Think about it. Fame, fortune, and the most important, winning $5 off your buddy because you, sir, are closest to the pin. Taking strokes off your game is just 40 pounds away at Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken 180 does not guarantee an immediate 10 strokes off your score, receiving your tour card, or the ability to control the weather. Individual results may vary. Your newfound athleticism might cause jealousy amongst your foursome, leading to accusations of steroid use. Awaken 180 is not responsible for defending your honor in the clubhouse. Awaken 180 cannot guarantee that your newfound golf prowess will lead to a sponsorship deal, but we can't not guarantee it either. Awaken 180 is not responsible for any dramatic fist pumps or unsolicited golf tips you may give to strangers. Awaken 180 does not offer refunds for any lost wagers made in your improved golf game. Bet wisely, my friend. Strokes off your game by dropping pounds off your frame. Awaken180weightloss.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, we have an accident now. This is in Ohio Township, so to the north of the city, on Mount Nebo Road in the 300 block, right near the intersection with McAdams Lane. So that's after you pass the ramps that take you up to the Mount Nebo Point Shopping Center. There's an accident there, and crews are headed to the scene. Do watch out for that. We fortunately have good news for you finally on the Parkway East if you were coming inbound from Monroeville. Earlier accident has been cleared from the construction zone where they're redoing the bridge over Thompson Run and McCulley Road. So traffic's flowing there once again, and the delays are easing as you make your way toward the Squirrel Hill tunnels, but do watch for heavier delays as all that backup reaches the tunnel portals there. AAA traffic on the 5s from LGKG Injury Lawyers. LGKG, your home team. Visit LGKG.com. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon, we'll see clouds and some sunshine. That'll be warm and humid. Watch out for a thunderstorm and a high of 85. Tonight, mostly cloudy, warm and sticky. A thunderstorm in the area, mainly early, though 66. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
No one likes a bully.
That's why it's important to step up, stand up, and speak up against them. I'm Larry Kelly.
I'm Joe George.
Western Pennsylvania guys, injury attorneys from LGKG. We don't get pushed around.
As our client, you won't either.
Visit LGKG.com. LGKG, your home team.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. I joined my dad and sister back in 2007. I was a bit busy before that. I had made the decision to leave college and become a United States Marine as a navigator and tactical systems operator on KC-130 aircraft. I proudly served in Iraq in 2004. Afterward, I returned to school and graduated summa cum laude from Ohio State with a degree in economics. Then I came home to Pittsburgh to join Dad and Sarah. We are Botkin Family Wealth Management, an independent financial planning and investment firm. Our partnership with LPL Financial allows us to combine independence and personal service with cutting-edge resources and advanced financial planning strategies. Visit BotkinFamilyWealth.com to learn more about our dedication. We look forward to meeting you.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group, a registered investment advisor. PAG and Botkin Family Wealth are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
On a personal note, we have several friends that both older and younger, that have had pretty nasty COVID cases. One of my boys actually got really sick. A president got, we don't know how sick he got. And then there's these headlines I'm reading. I'm not trying to scare people here. I'm just kind of visiting something. That I'm seeing all these headlines. COVID is surging again this summer in Maryland. Hospitalizations up. The highly infectious flirt, I don't know if that's proper, variant behind the summer COVID wave. Newsweek. Map shows 17 states with very high COVID rates. Long Island, COVID cases exploding. So, I don't know. And then I want to play this interview. Then I got to get Don Yealy, the man himself from UPMC. But I want you to hear CBS this morning. Listen to this.
Turning now to an important health story. The number of COVID cases is spiking across the country. Nearly 40 states are reporting high COVID activity levels, according to the CDC. And emergency room visits are at their highest for the coronavirus since February. Joining us now is Dr. Salena Gounder, a CBS News medical contributor and editor-at-large for public health at KFF. Good morning, Dr. Gounder. Thank you so much for being with us. You know, it's been a long time since the very spike of COVID, but it's creeping back. What is happening?
There are a couple different factors here. One, the virus continues to evolve to stay ahead of our immune systems. That's what we talk about when we're talking about variants. Two, your immunity to infection only lasts about 3 months. Your immunity to severe disease, hospitalization, and death, that lasts much longer, which is why people are not getting sick the way they were early in the pandemic. But it is to be expected that every few months, maybe twice a year or so, we'll see a big wave of COVID across the country.
What are the current guidelines if you test positive for COVID?
So the current guidelines are you should be staying away from others for at least 24 hours, at least until your fever resolves without the help of a medication like Tylenol and your symptoms are improving. But you really should be, as much as possible, taking additional measures for at least 5 more days, which is when you're most infectious, most likely to transmit to other people. And that could include a couple different things: continuing to isolate, wearing a mask when you're around other people for an additional 5 days, or opening windows, having those HEPA air filtration units to reduce the risk of transmission.
All right. Okay, so let's go to Don Yealy, UPMC's chief medical officer. This is actually intriguing to me. And I actually texted him because, again, we had a bunch of personal friends who have it or had it, and 2 of them got really sick. And Don Yealy is the chief medical officer and one of my friends, and he's actually brilliant on anything, right? But this stuff is actually relevant. Don, good morning. How are you, Doc?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me on today.
So jump in here. What are you seeing, and what should we be doing, sir?
Well, I think the experience here in southwestern Pennsylvania mirrors what you texted me about and what you heard about on that national broadcast, in that we are coming from a period of time in which there was very low COVID-19 activity. So clearly, when you start from an area where there's very little of this, any uptick catches your attention, and we've seen that. By uptick, I mean not only do I hear about people who have tested at home more frequently now that are positive, emergency department visits are up, and a few more people are being admitted. That clearly has changed over the past few weeks.
But nothing to freak
I want to remind everybody, it's nothing like what we saw a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's nowhere in that hemisphere yet.
Okay, someone like me, though, 65, immunosuppressed. And I texted you this because I'm curious. What should I be doing, man? Should I get a booster? How often? All that stuff.
Well, I think the physician that you had the clip from before hit the nail on the head. Everybody can develop immunity from either recovering from the infection or getting immunizations. But what will happen is if you're immunosuppressed, the peak of your immunity won't ever get quite as high. And therefore, that means when it begins to degrade, and it does change over time, it changes for everybody, will happen sooner. We advise, if you're immunosuppressed or very mature, to get a booster every 6 months. By September, we'll have new boosters that really will address the brand new variants. Right now, it's really the current and previous variants. It's not that they don't provide protection, but we'll be able to better match that. So if you were healthy, I think a booster every year is a good idea. If you're more mature or immunosuppressed, do it every 6 months so that you can keep up with the protection.
And would you say, man, a new booster coming up?
Yeah, we expect by September, October that there'll be a new version of the COVID-19 vaccine.
I love you because you know this stuff, and I wanted to ask you about another thing. We have several friends, and I think we broke this story because it kind of had issues in the Mount Lebanon area, a whooping cough. We're hearing more cases of that. What's that about, sir?
So both whooping cough and COVID-19 are respiratory infections. And for some people, they seem the same: fever, sore throat, and coughing. The difference is COVID-19 is a virus, which means it has to have a human body to replicate in. Pertussis, which is whooping cough, is a bacteria. It lands on you, and it can multiply on its own plus within your cells. Whooping cough has been around for centuries now, and we've had vaccines for it. People's immunization begins to change the further they get away from their most recent vaccine. And you know that many of the childhood vaccinations are less embraced now for a whole lot of reasons. You put those things together, and it's not a big surprise that we're seeing a little bit more whooping cough. It can be quite troublesome, and it's been around for a long, long time. We are seeing a little bit more of it, and in some young children, it can be really a terrible infection, require hospitalization, and some little children do die from it. It's not that frequent, but it does happen.
Hey, man, I got to give you a little love here, UPMC in general. So this CrowdStrike, this software glitch that jacked up everything in America, from TV stations, airlines, well, you know this, to countless hospitals were screwed. They had to cancel surgeries, couldn't see patients. That happened at hospitals all over the country. Penn, Massachusetts General, Banner, but it did not happen at UPMC. How'd you pull that off, sir?
We had really an expert team of not only information technology experts, computer experts, but also operational team, very much like the people who helped us through COVID-19. We recognized what was happening very early in the morning. It would have been in the wee hours last week, and took protective actions to make sure that this upload, which is what caused the problem across all the computers, didn't multiply through every computer in the system. Number two, we then got on diagnosing where the malfunctions were with the computers and what we needed to do. Our major goal was to make sure that we continued to serve everybody who was scheduled to have health care or who would have an emergent or unscheduled thing. And we were able to do that by putting together that active computer-based team and having the clinical experts cascading the message across. We didn't cancel any health care by acting really quickly. I couldn't be more proud of all of those teams. We often don't think much, Marty, about the computer experts that we interface at my job, your job. They stood out and were fantastic here. We had a top-of-class performance, and it translated into people having the care that they needed.
Don Yealy, the man himself. Thank you, sir. You're the best.
All right. Take care.
Oh, man, it's good stuff. The COVID stuff and the whooping cough stuff. The point he made about vaccines is actually so poignant. These new wave, far left, I don't believe in vaccine parents, their kids have wolfing cough, I'm calling it, because they didn't get them vaccinated. Huh? Really smart move, parents. Goofs. Whooping cough you don't mess with. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser, Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right. Well, we have lots of heavy traffic now on the Parkway East inbound as you try to approach the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Much of it, Marty, is the backlog of backups that were around an earlier accident that was out by the Monroeville interchange on the Parkway East. So that accident's cleared. Now you have everybody stacking up ahead of the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and they're doing so right around the Churchill exit. Just as you round the bend there and the Greensburg Pike on-ramp comes on, you're in heavy stop-and-go traffic all the way down to and through those Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway Parkway West, it continues to be the stubborn spot in the travel here, approaching your midday. Inbound traffic is slow and greets you between Carnegie and the top of Green Tree Hill before the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you have COPD, here are some reasons to go see your pulmonologist again. 1, those flare-ups you keep having, they have the chance to cause permanent lung damage. 2, we now know a certain type of inflammation can cause flare-ups for some people. And 3,
When can I see Grandma?
need more reasons? Visit www.livewithcopd.com.
It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200. So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our state, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Celebrate National Carpet Cleaning Month with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for just $129. Get a 4th room free and take $75 off air duct cleaning. Call now, 412-701-1188 or book online anytime, ZeroResPGH.com.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Today's a very good day for baseball. Pirates, good for them. I've never been a big fan, but I hope for the best for them. That Skeens guy is just a monster. I love the fact that it's got the town excited again. I love that they have turnout again. I think it's wonderful that this town embraces sports, always has. And that is the coolest ballpark in the world. Today's, I guess, employees from here are going to the game, which is very cool. But it starts early. It starts, what is it, noon? Yeah? Anyway, I hope they make the playoffs, man. I think it'd be very cool for the Burry and for the Pirates. People like to pick on Nutting. I don't pick on Nutting. I just don't. It's not my business. That's his business. And they seem to be doing better. And oftentimes they do better than teams that spend $200 million when they only spend $10. So I don't know. But it's nice to see them winning. Personal note. And this is where I get aggravated with people. So Bethany Howell, the county councilwoman, sent out this ignorant post right when Trump was shot, quite frankly, making light of, quite frankly, of him being shot. And she got abused for it, called out by folks all over the country and the world, and got national attention for it that she didn't want. So now her friends are all, if I post anyone homeless, I'm a hypocrite. How the hell is that any different? It's different. You're poking fun at the President of the United States, former president, being shot. I'm trying to get people help and draw attention to a problem that needs to be addressed. Very big difference. But some lunatic called screaming that I posted a picture without privilege, without permission, of a naked man walking down the street. First of all, just so you folks understand, you assume no privacy when you're walking down the middle of a public street and someone takes your picture. That's kind of how the world spins. Sorry. The other thing is he was unidentifiable and he was naked. And I'll tell you why I posted it. A nurse, he was right there in the middle of Groovy Side on Center Avenue, naked, walking down the street. No kidding. And it's unsettling. And he needed help. And the picture got attention to it and got him help. So this notion that, how dare you, that's illegal. It's not illegal. When someone gives you permission to post a picture they take in a public place, it's not illegal. And screaming at me because you're mad that your friend Bethany got jacked around is not my business. And making me a criminal out of this is wrong. It ended up doing what I wanted it to do. And the banner read, we need to get mental health treatment and drug addiction treatment for people, and we do. And hopefully he's getting that help that he needs. Obviously, when someone's walking down the street naked like that, in the middle of the, well, what time was it? It was in the afternoon. And a nurse is concerned about her safety and, quite frankly, his safety. That's why we do that stuff. And this is a woman who's a nurse for a living, saves lives for a living, and wanted us to draw attention to it to get him help, and we did. We got him help. I took it down because we got accomplished what we need to be accomplished. If you know nothing about me, that's your business. If you hate me, that's your business. But at the end of the day, we make a difference, and that's why that's my business. And the truth will set you free. And when we post something, I'm not doing anything for clicks. Well, yeah, I am. Because sometimes the more people that watch something, the more change occurs. But I'm not getting some check if I get clicks. That's not how this works. We draw attention to things to create change, and it works day in and day out. I've seen it my entire career. And with social media and our streaming platform, which we have, which now reaches thousands of folks, and Patrick, who crushes it while we're doing this show live, it's more like a TV show than a radio show, which is where the business is headed. And he's posting pictures and graphics and identifying people. And it makes this more palpable for folks who want to see along with here. And so when we make a post on social media to draw attention to something, to get someone help, that's what happens. For instance, we posted a horrid picture, quite frankly, of this wonderful young lady whose hand is falling off. It ended up getting her insane attention from two of the best lawyers in America. There is a method to what you think is my madness. It's not malicious. I'm not out there to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to get clicks. That's bull crap. It just is. It's not how I think. What I'm trying to do is what ends up happening. Look what I saw. I got to do something about that. At the end of the day, that's why social media is powerful. That's why social media has meaning. That's why it's significant to us here. And when a nurse says, I'm afraid and I'm worried about this guy who's walking down the street past me, completely naked, who needs help, could you please post this so we can get him help? And we asked for help and it was addressed, then I'm cool. And I'll do it again because you could not see his face, and we did not identify him. Yes, he was naked. But just like, really, the video of the woman's hand was a lot more offensive, quite frankly. And we did it to get attention to it and create change. And it did just that. And I would do it time and time again. If you're angry because Bethany Hallam screwed up big time, drew attention to herself for doing something idiotic, which, by the way, she admits, that's your problem, not mine. Okay? Okay.
You're in hot water, mister.
What'd I do?
I told you months ago our utility bills were getting higher because of that old outdated